Alright pilots, we know you've been at this Titanfall business for a few weeks now, and you know a lot about how the game works. You know how to satchel rodeo and play vortex catch, and not to get into an evac ship when there are 3 or more enemy Titans nearby. Death trap. But learning is a lifelong endeavor, and hey, there's probably some cool stuff you haven't tried out yet. So we spent some time messing around with Titan loadouts and finding sneaky pathways for a happy flanking surprise. Check them out! With all the nimble ferocity of the classic De Niro character and none of the destructive family life, the Raging Bull is a Titan class for those who like to bob and weave, stick and move, hit and run, dine and dash. Equip a Strider chassis with the Dash Quick Charger kit and there will be no catching you. You can easily scoot around buildings, zip away from danger, or even take long flanking routes like this one in the Lagoon map. Heading around this giant ship usually takes you too far away from the action, but with Raging Bull's speed, you'll be back in the ring right quick. Now let's talk about how to process all that rage in a healthy, productive way. You can always use that speed to get in close to an enemy Titan and do a straight-up ordnance barf. You know, the quad rockets and rocket barrage with a side of electric smoke to give everything that nice metallic burning flavor. But that's an easy one, and the Raging Bull is smarter than that. You still start by rushing in and popping the disorienting electric smoke, but you also fire off a cluster missile just past your target to punish them if they retreat. Then you pop back out and go to work with the chain gun and extended mags. You may not be able to see your enemy in the smoke, but if you keep an eye on the hit marker, every bullet is like a little radar ping that tells you exactly where they are. If they come charging out at you, punch them back into the smoke with your big Titan punch, and then just keep hitting them and hitting them until you shuck that Titan like an oyster. But if you need to take a defensive stance and control the long sight lines of a map like Fracture or Boneyard, suit up in the Lane Defender. A 40mm cannon with extended mags and fast autoloader serves to exert your influence at a distance, and an Atlas chassis with a core extender increases the likelihood that you'll land those high-damage shots from downtown! Equipping the multi-target system can help you track enemy movement when they're playing it coy with cover positions, and a lock-on shot is a good way to get them to pop their vortex shield prematurely. Speaking of innuendo, remember to always use particle shield protection. This kind of stodgy, defensive Titan class has a tendency to overstay its welcome on the battlefield, so in case your enemies start playing the long game, equip your pilot with the charge rifle, get to an elevated spot, and blast away. No, not at the shabby-looking space dragons, shoot the enemy Titans! Ugh, okay, fine. Take a potshot at 1 dragon, Bard. 2 tops. It's not like you're restoring a diminutive, displaced people to their ancestral home here or anything. You're basically just killing a pack of hobo pterodactyls. The charge rifle is great for long-range Titan toppling, and even better when you're out of danger. The massive vertical corridors of the Rise map are perfect for getting elevated, and you can even run around on top of the map if you aren't too squeamish about seeing a big death clock on the screen. Relax. Just fall back into the gap a little bit, double jump out of it, and you've got another 10 seconds to live. What could possibly go wrong? Fine, you big baby. Just stick to your zip lines and use this big drainage pipe at the end of the map to keep your head down, you big baby. Okay, look, there are still plenty more Titan weapons to strategize about, but we're gonna round this little vid out by talking triple threat. The Moneyball class lays down a carpet of destruction from which no grunt can escape, and it'll lay low any pilot sloppy enough to try and run up on you. Problem is, those roly-poly bombs also damage you, so equip the regen booster in order to lick your self-inflicted wounds. Remember, you're the spoil sport in this loadout, not directly taking on Titans when you can help it, but harrying them and working that sweet area denial game. Like, sorry, not over here, and access denied, and seats taken, and employees only, sir, please turn around.
Warning, health system low.
The minefield upgrade makes you an even fiercer area denialist, and it's a great way to keep those dash-coring striders from messing with your flag. And if someone gets up in your face while you're rocking the triple threat, don't risk missing them by sticking with the horizontal spread shot. Aim down your sights, and it'll turn your fire spread vertical so you can deliver that sweet dead space damage. Of course, you'd ideally be reversing away from a fight in order to lay down your best damage, and using ramps like the long bridge into the wrecked ship on Relic and the sunken factory area on Outpost 207 to let the explosions just roll on down the line. Alright, that's it. Get back to Titanfalling. Put some of these ideas into practice, and don't forget to do some exploring. Most Titanfall maps are bigger than you think and contain nifty passages like this tunnel to the bay on Smuggler's Cove, or the many tricky zip lines on Boneyard. Oh, and try your luck in the new improved matchmaking lobby. We've had pretty good luck getting moved out of matches with Gen 8 re-enlisters, and we're interested to hear how it goes for you folks. And thanks for watching.
All units return to HQ. We are terminating this mission effective immediately.
Mission aborted. Proceed to nearest evac point for evacuation.